I'm Gus Downing, publisher and editor of the D&D Daily, and this is the LP News Network. We're here today with Peter Trepp, CEO for FaceFirst. FaceFirst is the global market leader in facial recognition systems for retail stores, including superstores, grocery, pharmacies, and other retail environments. FaceFirst helps retailers create safer stores, great customer experiences, and personalized service through face recognition and AI. Designed, engineered, and supported in the USA, the patented FaceFirst artificial intelligence platform is scalable, fast, and accurate, while maintaining the highest levels of security and privacy. Since the company's first deployment in 2011, FaceFirst has become the standard for biometric retail loss prevention. FaceFirst easily creates a threat intelligence network across a virtually unlimited number of stores, enabling retailers to instantly identify documented shoplifters the moment they enter the store. FaceFirst instantly alerts the LP personnel by app, text, message, or email, enabling retailers to proactively prevent shoplifting and violence. Best of all, FaceFirst has invested heavily in safeguarding stores and inventory while protecting privacy. The company is constantly innovating new ways to anonymize, purge, encrypt, and otherwise protect biometric data. But when it comes to face recognition, security is not just the beginning. Retailers are beginning to explore the use of face recognition to create remarkable in-store experiences. Peter, thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Gus, for having me.
You know, we hear a lot about the increased adoption of face recognition by retailers. Mm-hmm. You know, how is the technology being used in stores today? And why is it presence growing? Why, you know, you've got some great growth going on. What's going on?
You know, facial recognition is becoming mainstream. It's part of our everyday life in lots of areas. We see it in phones now and places like that, and I tell people our house keys are going away and our car keys are going away, you know, in favor of facial recognition. So it's coming. And in retail loss prevention, we're seeing facial recognition being used for a really critical job, and that is to be able to identify and recognize in real time known criminals and known shoplifters. And that's a really important aspect to a business. There's a lot of organized retail crime going on right now, and we see retailers using it to prevent that from happening in a new and really remarkable way, unlike any other technology they've used before.
You know, from a security perspective, how does face recognition complement other security technologies and make them more effective?
Well, a good example of that would be, you know, imagine somebody stealing something that has an RFID chip on it. And so we instantly know that something walked out the door that wasn't being paid for, and a video management service provider who's already in that store capturing video of that person walking out the store, and us being able to grab that person's image and be able to enter them in the database. So when they re-enter the store, now we know we've got a known shoplifter coming back in the store. And so that integration that we have with a video management service provider is a really important one, because then the retailer can see sort of on a single pane of glass all this information about an alert, a match, the analytics, and all the things that go into making sure that we're looking at the right person without having lots of different systems in place. And so those integrations are increasingly important to retailers.
What about the privacy element? I mean, from a standpoint of the customer flow and traffic through a store, how do you differentiate and store that type of that data?
Yeah, you know, FaceFirst is known for being a leader in the privacy and security space around our technology. It's absolutely important. And when we work with our customers who have that trust bond with their own end customers and never want to break that trust, we feel the same way. Facial recognition and the security and the privacy around it have improved so significantly over these past couple of years, and we build it into every aspect of what we do, from writing code to training our customers to deploying it and thinking about the policies and procedures out in the field. And we're finding that there is a really great effectiveness around that we are not We don't have incidents where the privacy is being given up somehow, or the security of the data is being given up in any way. Facial recognition is a far more safe tool than many other kinds of tools that have privacy issues attached to them.
What about uses of face recognition beyond retail security?
Well, it's interesting. We see a very big trend going on right now in retail around consumer experience. And I think we're going to continue to see this trend grow pretty significantly over the next few years. Retailers have a really big problem. Customer walks in their store and they don't know that customer's in their store. Mm-hmm. And this may be a regular customer, a very loyal customer, but they don't know that they've walked in. And when you compare that to an online sort of experience where you log in and we know who you are, we know your shopping experience and these kinds of things, I think the brick and mortar experience is not, is quite clearly not there. Facial recognition is one of those technologies that will allow us to get there, where we can instantly, in an opt-in environment, so it's a safe from a privacy standpoint, but in an opt-in environment, start to recognize our customers and then engage them in ways that they would want to be engaged and with much more custom tailored kinds of offers to them.
And that they would benefit from.
And that they would definitely benefit from, and that's a really important aspect too, is that the benefit has got to be there in order for them to want to engage, and there are so many things retailers can do with their end customers and the merchandise in the store that we see this as a really big opportunity in the near future.
Well, they're also getting used to it. I mean, facial recognition in biometrics is when you sit down at your computer, you're being asked for permission and to allow it. And they're getting all sorts of benefits with Google and with just a pyramid of different organizations and such. So this is kind of falling right in line with all of that movement, correct?
That's exactly right. I see that as training.
Right.
We're training the consumers on what this technology is all about. Computers, are now using facial recognition as a password alternative. Phones have it as a password alternative. And I think people are getting comfortable with that, and they're going to start to see that in stores and not feel the creepy factor. They're going to see the benefits, I think, and it's going to come real soon.
What can face recognition do that no other security technology can do?
We've spent years with other kinds of technologies in place. If you think about the video camera systems that are recording crime as it's happening, the benefit there is you get to rewind the tape and go back and see, the crime that occurred, but it's not real time. What facial recognition is really uniquely qualified to do is be able to perform that recognition in real time. Mm-hmm. And so the accuracy and the speed and the scale that wasn't there even just a few years ago is now there today. So we can match a face real time, very, very fast and very, very accurately, and then you can take action. A loss prevention or asset protection person can take action right there as it's occurring, and that is the tremendous benefit to retailers.
Just this past week, the Wall Street Journal Pro's Cybersecurity Daily published a few articles talking about how shoppers actually welcome facial recognition technology in the stores when it's used to stop crime. Mm-hmm. And that the public sentiment is showing support for it as well. I mean, it's a huge development for your industry. What do you think contributed to that, and how do you keep that trend going?
Well, I think a number of factors contribute to that. I think one is you see customers of retailers, and you see the general public being concerned about their own safety in certain environments. Mm-hmm. It is a big issue. We read about things that happen in the papers all the time, and people want to be able to feel safer in the environments in which they shop and play and other places. And so they're looking for solutions that are not going to be harmful to them. I think on the flip side, facial recognition is proving to be a safe alternative and one that respects the privacy of individuals. And so we see people warming up to that notion that more facial recognition is actually not a negative thing. Mm. It is incumbent upon the industry folks, leaders and others, to make sure that it continues to be safe and secure, including ourselves. Mm. And so we take a very active role in ensuring that it's rolled out properly. But I think we're going to continue to see this trend of people warming up to facial recognition.
Well, you've been an industry leader in leading the privacy safeguards and national standards and such, and authored a book recently. Can you talk to that and tell us a little bit about it?
I did, thank you. Yeah, the book is called The New Rules of Consumer Privacy, and it really was inspired by many conversations we've had with our customers and inquiries we get all the time about privacy from industry leaders all over, retail in particular. And so, what we've noticed is that there's a need to have a conversation that lends perspective to the matters of privacy, that helps people understand the pros and cons and what they're up against, the laws particularly too. There are some laws on the books in 3 states in particular and other states considering it right now. And then also some guidelines, a framework for how to think about privacy and how to deploy systems like this that are going to be effective and not harmful to businesses. And so it's really kind of a guidebook in many ways, but it's written for everybody. It's anybody that's thinking about matters of privacy, and if you have a smartphone, you're a really good candidate for someone who should read this book.
Sure. What's the name of it?
The New Rules of Consumer Privacy.
And how can they? Where is it?
It's on Barnes & Noble. Okay. It's on Amazon, and it's available on Audible as well.
Excellent. And obviously a connection through FaceFirst as well.
Yes.
By visiting your website.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. Peter, thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Gus.
Well, that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for watching, and until next time, let's keep them all safe out there.